Hello, I'm Angeline Ong and welcome to Beat the Street, the show that gives you all the tradable news and data you need ahead of the Wall Street Open. Coming up, the Fed is being eyed as investors look to the US central bank for fresh policy hints, economic data, and of course, Powell's speech later this week. Retail therapy deal hunters are set to spend a record $12 billion on Cyber Monday. That at least is what the early data is pointing to. And gold glistens. Miners are climbing as bullion holds near 6-month highs. Now, a very good afternoon to you. I'm Angeline Ong and welcome to this new edition of Beat the Street. Not long now before Wall Street starts trading, let me just show you a snapshot of gold here because we've just touched on that. And gold above that 2000 level. And if you look a bit closer, I'm going to show you the 50-day simple moving average here. If we see the momentum continue to stay above this blue line, then we may well see it traipsing towards the next resistance point, which is just trying to get that chart down for you, which is around 2040. And of course, we're seeing the last high at around the April 2023 mark. And if it passes that and breaks above that level, then we could see the next resistance level being around 2056 or 2068 or so. So it's a really interesting move for gold at the moment. All of this, of course, bound to the fact that the dollar is weaker and those expectations that, in fact, the Fed is quite close to pressing the pause button on its current tightening cycle. Just checking in on Wall Street as well, because we are looking at quite a cautious open. There you have it, down ever so slightly. And let's take a look at the Tech 100 as well. There you go, because we have earnings later on from HP Enterprise as well. Cautious mood there as we count down to the cash open. We're also waiting on personal consumption expenditure data. This is the Fed's preferred inflation gauge and the Beige Book, a snapshot of the US economy. These are due later this week, which will probably show that the economy is quite robust under these tighter monetary conditions that have been in place for some time. In about half an hour, we'll also get the S&P Case-Shiller Home Price Index, forecast to rise by 4% year on year. And also those consumer confidence figures, this is the US Conference Board, those numbers for November to be released at around 3 p.m. Now, what's also key is that economists expect the index to fall to 101 in November from 102.6 the previous month. Perhaps equally as interesting will be the multiple Fed policy voting members that are scheduled to speak during the session, including Christopher Waller and Michelle Bowman. Anything they say, anything at all about the timing of potential rate cuts will be pounced on. Money markets, as you know, have almost fully priced in a pause in rate hikes at the December meeting. Expectations of at least a 25 basis point rate cut in May 2024 still stands at almost 50%. This is according to the CME Fed Watch tool. Now, other than that, we're also looking at retail because it's been a huge couple of days. We've had Black Friday, Thanksgiving, and also Cyber Monday. And early data, preliminary estimates from Adobe Digital Insights show that spending online on Cyber Monday is set to exceed $12 billion. This would be a record. Also, what's quite fascinating about this shopping season is that the number of shoppers expected to use the buy now, pay later services like Klarna to relieve stress on their wallets is expected to show a rise. Still, retailers like Walmart, just showing you the shares here, and also Amazon. Walmart, of course, being all sessions on the IG platform. They are seen also with the early data showing that consumers are still spending, but they are becoming more cost conscious. Target is another one that we are looking out for to show that sort of trend, if you like. And we're now seeing that Home Depot has also raised its words of caution on the strength of the consumer. This all adds to the thought that retailers will have to discount more and earlier to get those consumers buying. And last but not least, let's have a look at Amazon for you, because Amazon, of course, is a titan in the retail space, and it's also all sessions on the IG platform. So you don't have to wait till the cash session starts getting underway to trade this. And Amazon at the moment is indicating down 0.5% as we speak. Now, Hewlett-Packard Enterprise will report earnings after the market close and will no doubt be looking to market expectations, and it has done in the last 4 quarters. The IT Services Group seen reporting fiscal fourth quarter earnings of 50 cents per share on revenues of $7.3 billion. Investors also keeping an eye on what it says about its Edge product and how that's performed. Last month, the company issued a fiscal full year 2024 adjusted earnings guidance of $1.82 to around $2.02 per share last month. Analysts had been expecting $2.15 a share. This is according to FactSet data. Now, this is not an all sessions stock, I might add, but Hewlett-Packard, you can trade this when this is Hewlett-Packard Enterprise, when the cash session starts. The company share price is roughly where it was in December last year, and around 1581, back down after a higher performance over the summer months. Also checking in on Boeing, which is an all-session stock, I believe. Let's check that for you, because Boeing has been in the news recently. Yes, it is an all-session stock because of new orders, especially from the Middle East. Boeing currently, if I zoom in for you, rising all sessions, up around 1.5% after RBC Capital Markets upgraded the aerospace company to outperform from sector perform and set a street high price target. One other US listed share that is indicated higher, but this one you'll have to wait for the cash open. This one's Pinduoduo, which you can trade when the market gets underway. It is likely to move after the Chinese e-commerce firm beat third quarter revenue estimates thanks to heavy discounting. Now, US indices are holding up well after that surge in November, prompted by those hopes that the Fed is just about done with any more rate hikes. But the outlook for China not looking so great, says IG Chief Market Analyst Chris Beecham, who joins me with more.
Well, US markets sit at their highest levels in at least 2 months. Same can't be said for China. Both the Hang Seng and the A50 are down to their lowest levels in at least 2 weeks, if not more. So a lot of the optimism around China continues to fade. Poor economic performance there, really weighing on expectations of a rebound in equity markets. And even news that the fast fashion retailer Shine is planning to IPO next year has not been enough to lift sentiment. So while some parts of the global equity market are doing very well, it's certainly not the case for China.
Now, just checking in on US listed miners. These are gold miners, I might add, because they are moving as spot gold prices hold near a 6-month high. This is on speculation that the Fed has concluded its interest rate hikes. This is ahead of the release of its key outlook, but also some economic data in the coming sessions. Just showing you AngloGold Ashanti. You can trade this on the cash session. It's not all sessions, but you can trade it on the IG platform, and also Newmont Mining there if you like. Barrick Gold and Goldfields, Agnico Eagle Mines, if you trade Canadian miners, these are gold miners, they are also indicated higher. Now, before we go, let's have a last look at the markets to show you how they're trading as we count down to the open. And we're seeing quite a somber start to the session, especially as we wait on those Fed officials to make more comments and also the economic data and Powell speaking later in the week. All this will probably give the markets more steer as to where policy is headed in the next few months. Until then, we're likely to stay in this treading water stance. That's it for this edition of Beat the Street, the show that follows all the trading action, helping you position yourself ahead of the opening bell. For more trading insight, do follow me on @AngelineOng on Twitter. This is IGTV.